Let's talk about preeclampsia. This life-threatening disease that affects majority of African women, but we usually sweep it under the carpet because of the myth surrounding it. Join me today on the Gazes vlog and let's digest and dissect this topic and learn from my experience. Chawatiti, you're welcome once again. This is the Gazes vlog. If you are chancing on my channel for the very first time, this is the family's channel. Here we discuss everything about life and how to make life livable. So come and join us by subscribing and clicking the notification button so you'll be the first to know anytime I upload a new video. So back to the topic for today. What is preeclampsia? What is this thing that people are beginning to talk about? Something that we had to or we need to give much attention to as African women. Growing up, anytime, let me use Ghana as a case study, okay, because I'm a Ghanaian, so I know much about my country than any other country. I've lived there in a major part of my life has been in Ghana, so I know a lot about my country. Born and raised, so you can imagine. Let me not talk much. So growing up, when you see any pregnant woman who is bloated, with its big nose, swollen face, swollen feet, we people tend to see it as, hey, my baby says hi. People tend to say, oh, you're having a boy, you're going to have a boy. And this thing has been there for forever. Let me put it that way, forever. And we don't tend to see the health aspect of it because we believe when you're bloated during pregnancy, it means you're having a boy. So once that myth is there, we don't really pay attention to the health implications of that size of you being bloated and seeking medical attention to know if it is true or not. Okay, let me issue a disclaimer here. I am not a health professional. I'm just sharing my experience. Okay, I wouldn't have talked about it, but I happen to see gone too soon, too many deaths that could have been prevented if this thing is taken seriously, okay, as African women. If we let go, yeah, I believe so much in culture. I used to be a very religious person until I discovered spirituality is more important than being religious. So now I take my spiritual life very seriously. I'm a very spiritual person, yes, but not everything needs to be attached to spirituality or what do you call it, superstition. Okay, some of these things need to be dealt with scientifically. Okay, so I happen to see too many deaths as a result of preeclampsia that could have been avoided. So what is this preeclampsia I'm talking about? Preeclampsia is simply having, in layman's terms, is you having hypertension or having too much protein in your urine during pregnancy. This causes your BP to rise. Usually it happens within after the 20th week. Okay, so that is basically preeclampsia. I'll put the definition up for you to read. Okay, so during pregnancy, if your BP rises so high or you have so much protein in your urine, you are likely to have preeclampsia. Okay, this makes you look bloated. Okay, your face, your nose, your mouth, your feet, even your hands, everywhere seem to be very bloated. But coming from my part of the world, which is Ghana, in West Africa, When people see you to be that bloated during pregnancy, they associate it with you having a baby boy. I don't know where that myth came from. I don't know if probably years back somebody was bloated that way, the person had a baby boy. That is why they are associating every bloated pregnant woman with having a baby boy. I don't know the correlation between the bloated body and you having a baby boy. I don't know the correlation. It doesn't have any scientific backup. So I believe it's high time we disregard that notion that when you're bloated during pregnancy, it means you're having a baby boy. A lot of women are dying because they don't pay attention to this bloated body. They think they're having a baby boy, so they don't pay attention to it. They leave it to chance. And by the time they realize they're having preeclampsia, it is too late. And they die during childbirth. And this thing can be avoided. Why would you go by a notion that has not been scientifically proven and just leave your health, your faith, and everything to chance and just die when you can avoid this thing? Please, 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 it is too much. I wouldn't have done a video on this, but I'm seeing too many deaths just because of preeclampsia. Myself, during my pregnancy, I was bloated. Yes, like this, like the picture I'm showing you right now. I was so bloated. I used to be very skinny. I'm still shedding baby fat, okay? And I thought, because of where I'm coming from, I thought I was going to have a baby boy, which I did. I had a baby boy at the end of the day, but it wasn't because there was no relationship between the two. The bloat was because I was having preeclampsia. You see, it causes your BP to rise so high, makes you so tired when you've not done anything. You climb in, let's say 2-3 steps, and it's like you've gone for 1,500 long distance race. Every little thing, you're tired. Like, there's this exhaustion. I don't know how to put it, okay? And it is very, very dangerous because it puts you, the mom, at risk and the baby at risk. Okay, both parties are at risk. Baby is calling. Hey, boo boo, what is it? Come to mommy. You want them to see you? Yeah. And so I remember when my doctors found out I was having preeclampsia, they put me on medication, which I'm not going to mention because I can't mention it. So if somebody is bloated, the person refuses to go to the hospital and just go buy, because I know in my country you can just buy any medicine you want over the counter. Almost every medicine. It doesn't matter if you have prescription or not. Whether it's dangerous or not, you can get it over the counter. So because of that, I'm not going to mention the name of a drug. So my doctors put me on medication to regulate my hypertension, okay, so as to avoid any unforeseen complications, okay. And when you're having preeclampsia, it is likely, highly possible, that you're going to be go under a cesarean section, okay, because they would have to monitor you to know if you are good to push or not. And this is where a lot of women die, because they have no idea and they did not check, and they are adopted. A lot of things happen in Africa that can be avoided, but hey, it's one of those things. I believe one day we'll get there. So during, let's say, labor, they go in to push. A majority of the women in Africa, I don't know, dread CS because, as I said, majority of us are religious, not spiritual. So, and majority of us, excuse me to say, don't apply wisdom when we need to. Even the Bible says wisdom is there to profit and to apply. So you have to apply wisdom. Okay, in most of the cases, you need to apply wisdom. and leave religion aside. So they're having preeclampsia, they are in labor, and the doctor suggests you need to go for CS. They're like, hell no. I'm a Hebrew woman, I'm a child of God, and I can give birth like a Hebrew woman. I come against it, my religion is against it. No, I'm going to push just like every woman. I don't know if you don't push, it doesn't make you a woman, or if you don't push, it makes you less of a woman, or the baby is, I don't know if it has any defect if you give birth through cesarean. I don't know. But they would rubbish it and go push and die because their hypertension or their BP level is so high. So let me put it in my language. Wakuma betse. Like, you will just die. You will die because you don't have the strength to push. The thing is, you have delayed. You did not go for checkup, so you didn't know you even have this hypertension. You didn't know you have preeclampsia. No medication was taken, and during labor you want to push on top. Why? Why do you want to kill yourself? Why? This thing can be avoided. Just go for normal routine checkup. Go for your antenatal. Make sure you go for all the antenatal. Buy yourself a pressure kit. Check your pressure. If you are pregnant and is above you are 140/70, please let your doctors know. Now when you checked during the night, this was what it is. Let them check again. If you're having it, they will let you know, and they'll put you on medication to avoid any deadly complications. Okay, sorry for the baby noise at the background. I'm a mom, so it's understandable. Just bear with me. Okay. And my flu, it's refusing to go. I've done everything possible, but it's refusing to go. So bear with me. Sorry. This thing can be avoided. Okay, this can be avoided. Let's avoid this unnecessary deaths. Okay, let's go for our routine antenatal checkups. When we are put on medication, let's take the medication. During pregnancy, during labor, when they suggest you have to go for CS, please, they know what they're saying. It's not because of your money. I know some of the doctors, they intentionally do it because they want money. Yes, in Ghana, they do it a lot. But it's not always the case. If you're having preeclampsia and they see that during labor you cannot push, please, and they suggest it, please, allow yourself to go for it. It doesn't make you less of a woman. It doesn't make you less of a mother. At the end of the day, your baby comes out alive and you come out alive. It's the same. Please. I remember I was put on monitor for a period of, in fact, I went for my normal checkup on Thursday. I was going for, what do you call it? A scan. I had already signed, I'll have a normal birth. Everything was done. I even opted not to take epidural and all that. And I went for my normal checkup on Thursday. I went there and the doctor checked and he was like, no, you can't go home today. You need to be kept here to be monitored because your BP is too high. I'm like, he says yes. Okay. So my husband went back home and brought my things. And I was kept there from Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So on Saturday, the doctor told me if it doesn't go down, then they're going to force me to labor on Monday. I was like, okay. Because at the end of the day, my life is very important to me. And my baby's life is very important to me. So if it is life-threatening, I wouldn't argue. At the end of the day, I've not been to a medical school, so I don't know what they're talking about. They are doing their job. Just as if you come to my field and I'm doing my job, I'll do the best of my ability. So I believe they are doing the same. Okay. So on Saturday they told me this. So Sunday I went to the monitor room for my normal monitoring. Okay. I got there, the doctor was like, no, hate you. We need to force you into labor. Okay. Just wait here for about an hour and let's see what happens. So I called my husband and I told him, and they said they are going to induce labor, so you need to be coming. He's like, okay. So after that 1 hour, the doctor told me, no, they can't induce labor because the pressure is too high. So I need to be operated on. He said, no problem. You know, I did not argue because I know so much about it and I don't want to risk it, okay? Because I don't see myself to be less of a woman if I go under the knife. No. People go under the knife for no reason. If you can go under the knife for beautification, for lipo, for hip enlargements, butt enlargement and all that, that is not something that medically, like you need it because you need to survive on it, and you can go under the knife for that. Why can't you go under the knife if it's life threatening? If it's threatening your life, the life of your baby, why would you resist? Okay, so when I was told, you know, I did not argue, and my husband supports me 100%. Whatever he knows my life is important and the baby's life is important. At the end of the day, I'm the one going to lie down. I'm the one going to go through the pain. So if I decide to do it, why wouldn't he support? All I need to do is to commit myself to the hands of my Creator and, hey, let them do what they have to do. And I came out alive, my baby alive, and we are here today. So why would you allow yourself to be ruled by myth that has no correlation between, there's no correlation between being bloated and having a baby boy? And there's no correlation between having CS and not being a woman. There's no correlation between being you pushing makes you a superwoman, and those who went under the knife are lesser. I just, it's mind-boggling. I don't understand. You know, as Africans, this thing, it needs to stop. These unnecessary deaths needs to stop, please. As women, please. I'm saying this. I wouldn't, as I said before, I wouldn't have done a video on this. I wouldn't have, because I wouldn't have. I don't like talking about things like this. It makes me very emotional. It makes, I don't know. It's suppose the whole day, if I chance into something like that on the internet, I ask myself, why did I even go on the internet? Because I don't like to see things like that. Really, believe you me, I don't like to see things like that at all. Like deaths that can be avoided. I don't like to see it at all. Hey, cutie. Excuse me. I don't like to see things like that. Okay? Let's avoid these things. Let's learn. Let's learn. Now the internet is dead. There's so many things that before it would have been very difficult to know. But now the internet brings everything to your doorstep. Majority of us have smartphones. And we go on the internet to have fun every day, watch funny videos and a whole lot. So why don't we devote a little time to learn things that would change our lives for the better, things that would impact us positively? Okay, let's do better. As women, let's do better. Yes, when you push like an Hebrew woman, it's good. And if you have to go under the knife for your life to be saved and the baby's life to be saved also, please, it's equally good. Okay? So don't think that only Hebrew women are much, how do I put it, are better women. No, it's not like that. Wisdom is there to profit. So we need to apply wisdom at certain times, okay? Baby needs me. I need to go attend to my little boy. He's craving for my attention. You can hear from the background, giving us all these baby sounds. You can hear him talk. He's learning how to talk. So ba ba ma 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 da 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 da. You know, I wouldn't have been enjoying this all these sounds if I had been strong-headed. I'm like, no, I'm an African woman, I'm very religious, my Bible says, hey, blah 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 blah, so I'm not going under the knife. I rebuke you in Jesus' name. No, there's time for that, and there's time to apply wisdom also. So I beg you, Nigerians will say, I beg una, I'm a Ghanaian, me poucho. I beg you, learn. Preeclampsia kills. It's a silent killer. Do not die when it can be avoided. I'm doing this for you watching me who is pregnant right now, who is bloated and is thinking you're having a boy. Please get yourself checked. Preeclampsia is a silent killer. It can destroy your life. We have only one life to live. Only one. So let that one life count. And if you die, let it not be something that you could have been avoided. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, this is the Cases vlog. If you happen to watch my video for the very first time, kindly subscribe, help the channel to grow, and share, like and comment. Your comment makes the page interactive and pushes the video up for others to also to see. Thank you so much once again. For now, it's a bye. We'll be taking on the next vlog. Ciao!